Here's the thing. So we got S, which is the best, and A second, B, C, D, and D down. First, we can start with the one. This is mostly my ratings in FIS, so we can't really include. You're gonna help me out, and I'm gonna take it, but you rated the MC, but I didn't, so I'm gonna take MC out, okay?
No.
I can't really put MC into that.
I mean, you might as well just put every fucking thingy down then.
No, but
Like everybody's already.
you've done everything.
Rate any vanilla shit.
No, but that's what I'm talking. Like the few vanilla bosses will be down here. Like they will be because I've not done them.
What do you mean the few?
There's only Ragnaros, Blackwing, Ankiraj, and Extreme. There's 4 bosses, man.
Wait, there's 2 Ankurages. There's Naxxramas, Multicore,
And Blackwing Lair.
Zul'Gurub.
And Zul'Gurub, yeah. Okay, so
I don't actually see.
which one are you looking for?
Oh.
Where is the one for the...
God.
Where's the Ankiraj one?
It's the eye.
Where is he? I don't see.
There, next to Jaina and between Gahun and Jaina.
Ah, okay. So Molten Core.
But just do them in order like they stand and we can just do it.
No, but I wanna remove the ones which I have not done first.
Yeah, that
just
doesn't
get it
matter,
out of
just
the way.
Go like this, and then if you come across one that you didn't do, you can just throw it somewhere, right? No, it doesn't matter.
I mean, yes, you're right, but I'm almost done now, so I just need one more boss.
Just go, Lich King.
I
go.
actually think I removed everything, by the way. There's nothing.
Go, Lich King, go.
Okay. Lich King. So, difficulty 10 out of 10. Like, the overall feeling of a boss 10 out of 10. Skills I've rated in during that time 10 out of 10. The time it took to progress, I think it was a few months actually. But that's
Yeah,
mostly
but that was
because
it's gated,
limited,
right?
yeah, because of the limited attempts. That's why.
Also,
That's why.
did you have lockouts in that time?
Workout? What do you mean?
Like, could you just like clear ICC and
Oh,
save Lich King? I don't think you had that
I
yet.
don't think so. I don't remember that.
So
remember that.
yeah. I mean, limited time. So if you wiped every wipe you had was like a wasted one, right?
Yeah. Like every wipe you had, you would just lose an attempt and. So
Well, re-clearing as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
all in all, S tier go.
yeah, Lich King is one of the best on Neversoft, of course. Lich King goes into it. Which one is this? This Helen?
Alien, yeah.
Alien. I actually I like the boss. Yeah, I liked it. Like the boss was
a great
okay.
boss.
It was not great for me, but it was
I
okay.
got realm first for that one.
Yeah, me too.
Not on a dead realm though.
No, the Thunderhelm was very much alive during that time.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so mechanically, I like this boss. Like you had the 2 phases. Inside phase was actually where the cutters. You had to find a free space. Then the tank would have to move it accordingly. Then you
No,
actually get the
there was
debuff.
There's one complaint though. I was playing Paladin and I had to stand outside with the other tank for when he came back, so I was just standing AFK phase 2.
Oh really?
Yeah.
uh,
'Cause you only needed 1 tank down and like...
one tank up. You needed 1 tank down, 1 tank up. Ah, you mean
Yeah.
when the portal wasn't open yet?
But at the, like, first everybody was up and then everybody could go down and then he split, right? Then you had to split him 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when everybody went down, me and the tank just stood outside, so he could instantly pick the boss up because there was like a few seconds, and then the other DPS could safely return, and the boss was already tanked, so I solo healed like a little bit.
Okay.
Also, it still had parry haste, which was really fucking annoying.
I don't remember parry haste that much, but question.
It basically meant if melee stood wrong, it could one-shot the tank. Because he would get parry and it would reset the auto attack time of the boss, and then the boss did like 2 attacks in a really short time.
Okay, so all in all, where would you put it? Like for me, Helion is like C, I guess.
What?
Maybe B actually. No, B.
I mean, it's a good boss.
Well, let's put it this way. It's not of course, not D. D is the worst one. D is the best one. So it's got A. A is the second best one, just on the next one, and Helion is not there. So it's either B or C.
Like B.
B, yeah, I agree. Okay, B, Helion.
Fucking C is kind of shitty then.
Sorry? What did you say about shitty?
I mean, C is kind of way down already, right?
Yeah, C is maybe for something that's just above the trash. Like it's actually like in school, the D is the bad, the C is just about passable, B is average, like good, nothing too amazing, nothing too bad. A is like almost there, almost the best one.
Come on.
And S1 is the
You're
best.
fucking slacking.
I mean, last time it took me 1 hour and a half. Okay. Blackwing Descent Nefarian. Oh, this was... I got asked to tank in the last... to tank in general, but I was in charge of actually kiting the mobs in the last phase, you know, the small mobs. It was like the proudest moment I had in the whole fucking game, man. I'm not even kidding.
Dude, that boss was fucking...
It was insanely good. Yeah, it was a really good boss.
It was a good boss to like for the first year of a expansion.
Like I loved every phase of this boss so much. Like phase 1 was good with Onyx and with Nefarian. Then electricity, if you were a healer, it was very challenging. If you were a tank, it was fun. Phase 2, my god, phase where you had to split on the three pedestals, and then you will have to interact, then you have to run to jump into the lava and swim if you get debuff. Then phase 3 would just be race against the clock before Nefarian just kills you, because he would do I think more damage with every AoE if I'm not. And then of course you had to kite them all.
Where like Paragon used like a shit ton of druids for as well, and they
yeah it was the druids I believe. But we used the normal setup.
They account shared as well for that boss.
They use what? Oh, account share. Yeah, could be. Don't remember that, but could be.
Yeah, because you can see a guy's 2 characters and like.
Okay, so overall, the overall design of the boss, my opinion was like, I mean, can't put 10 out of 10, but 9 out of 10. Like, no, I don't remember much bad about it. Maybe I would actually put 10 out of 10, honestly. Like, Nefarian was a really amazing. So overall design of the boss 10 out of 10. Difficulty was maybe not that hard. Maybe difficulty was 7. He wasn't really that hard.
Well, it was pretty hard.
Yeah, but he was like maybe 100 pulls. It was like 7 out of 10. People I raided with during that was again, I loved raiding with Reborn during that time. So it was probably like 8 out of or 9 out of 10. Like in my opinion, this boss should go to A. What do you think? That's your feeling?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Cho'Gall. I was just talking to a friend a few days ago who said, and I agreed with him, that Cho'Gall is one of the best bosses ever. The raiding. What do you think?
I don't remember Shogal that much.
Gal was the one where you had two odds.
You had to manage like some shit or you would get mind control.
You would have to, for example, you would give the debuff to a mage, so the mage would deal a lot more damage. Then you would have to rotate externals on him in order for that mage to actually kill the important odds. Whereas the other part of the raid had to deal with the shadow and the fell odd. You have to interrupt them. You would have to actually kill them in a specific spot. Then every so often they would resurrect the odd.
I don't like.
Sorry?
It wasn't that hard, was it?
It wasn't. It was like Nefarian wise. It was maybe 100 pulls, but it was just epic in the terms of design. I loved it. Like,
yeah, but
the one thing I hate about this boss is the last phase. It was not finished. So for that reason, Cho'Gall can't really go into the S. I'm not even sure about the A, just because of the last phase.
Wasn't the last phase just a burn?
Yes, it was, but I don't think it was meant as a burn phase. I think they had something
B.
else in mind. Sorry?
B.
Yeah, B. That's what I was thinking as well. So like the difficulty of the boss was like 8, 7, 8. The design of the boss was 8, just because of the last phase. The overall like enjoyability was 10 out of 10. So I think the B is actually a fair square for this. Okay, so we got 4 down. Who's the Sinestra? Sinestra.
That's the actual last boss though of that.
Yeah, it is the actual last boss.
I mean, I don't know why they put Cho'Gall there, because it's actually. Then again.
I mean, Cho'Gall is the end boss and this is the extra boss, so in theory both of them are the end bosses.
I like Sinestra. I remember Sinestra.
Right, is my.
I mean, I liked Sinestra.
I also liked Sinestra. Like, but
pretty challenging.
It was pretty easy though. She was easier than Nefarian and Cho'Gall.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the overall. The overall fight was actually very, very enjoyable. It was like one of the most epic fights ever. The last phase was such a race against the clock, where you get that buff, you just have to kill the boss before she kills you. Transition was well done as well, where you actually, I think in transition you actually couldn't interrupt, because if you interrupted, something bad would happen, so you would actually have to stun.
You weren't allowed to interrupt the ads or something.
I think you were stunning, right?
Yeah.
So that was like a new thing. Instead of interrupting, you actually had.
Then you had to burn the eggs and shit.
Yes, so what do we think? The cutter as well in the phase, oh my god, that was the mechanic which people in Reborn took so long to actually figure it out. It was wiping us. You know the cutters, like, I think the two players would be linked, and then you would have to position yourself in a way where you don't cut half of the raid off and kill them.
Yeah.
So, no, what do you think? I'm feeling towards the B. Where is she now? I lost her.
At the back of the first row.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm feeling the B towards Sinnet. Okay, Alakir.
That was a fucking special boss.
Yeah, but I just didn't enjoy to run with Thunder in general that much, and
Nah. I mean, it's... What I remember is like the last phase with the flying.
the last phase, I hated it.
Kind of fucking shy. I didn't enjoy that boss, like, nah.
Like the phase 1 and 2 were okay, but the last phase really brings it down in my. Like, I get what they're trying to do, just something new which people haven't seen before, but I actually never figured it out. Like, you know, we killed the boss and I didn't know how to do the last phase correctly. I was just flying around.
You fly up all the way and then you fly down.
Yeah, but I had a bad PC back then.
And down.
I had a bad PC back then, so I couldn't really see much in the last phase. So I was like, honestly, we killed the boss, I had no idea what's going on. In the last phase, I was just following everyone else around the place and just trying to survive. Like...
So basically how you play now.
Pretty much. Okay, so taking all of that into account, like, the difficulty of the boss, maybe 8 out of 10, 7, 8. It was again similar to, it was actually slightly harder than Nefaren and Chukal, so maybe 8 out of 10.
It was pretty hard boss.
It was.
Wasn't it like the last one to be killed off?
It was harder than the other two, so like 8 out of 10, maybe 8.5. Overall design of the boss, again the last phase really kills it completely for me, so let me just sneeze one moment.
I mean...
Sorry. What do you say?
Yeah, it was special. I mean, it was... Yeah.
It was specially made, but I didn't like it. Well, I'm thinking towards the C, what do you think?
Yeah, sure, this man.
Yeah, but I'm taking opinions. Like, if you think it's like a S and I think it's a C, I probably will put it as a B because you've done it as well. I think it's like a C. Maybe if there's something between the C and the B, it would go there. What do you actually think? Maybe we should add one more between the C and the B. Because I don't think Alakir was that bad to be just next to the B.
I mean, just put it in C.
Yeah, okay.
You shouldn't add ranks.
I mean, I added it for my raid bosses. I mean, for my raids. I added it last. Okay,
Firelands Ragnaros.
750 raids, 750 pulls or something.
That was a fucking boss. I didn't do it when it was current, actually.
Really?
I only progressed it, I didn't kill it.
I progressed it for like about 700 and something pulls and we killed it. And it wasn't even that much of a joy when we killed it, it was more of a relief that we finally done it. So like, I don't know, man, this is a weird boss. I didn't enjoy it.
Boss. It was a good boss.
Like, overall design was amazing. The difficulty was actually... I think the difficulty was too hard, actually. I didn't like the difficulty of this boss.
It was fucking on point, that shy.
No, it was way too hard. It was way too hard.
Okay, maybe it's a little bit too hard. It was fucking good, like, it's fucking A.
But the thing with this boss is the third point, it's the overall enjoyability, because we struggled so much, we lost so many raiders, we had our main tank stop playing the game due to headaches he was getting from Ragnaros. There's no way this boss will go above B for me. What about you?
What the fuck, you're an idiot, it's A.
No way. it was not that enjoyable because we struggled so much with it. That's the problem with me. Like,
Yeah. The struggle is part
the
of
far
it.
end was actually so enjoyable to do, man. And it wasn't that long of a progress, so you couldn't actually lose
you,
your.
You just like easy bosses, don't you?
No, like a lot of the hard bosses will go on the
no,
top.
no,
But
you
I just,
like easy bosses, like yeah.
man, I spent
I get
750 vibes on Ragnaros. Come on, watch it. No
Yeah.
way, like I can't put him alongside Cho'Gath in there because I just enjoy this a lot more. Like that's why I said if there was a ranking between the B and the C, that's where he would go for. But because there's not, I think it's gonna go to C right now, man. Sorry.
What the fuck, you're an idiot.
I can't. The difficulty and the enjoyability is just on the
I'm done
negative
with you.
side. No, let's keep going. Oh, okay, Deathwing. Is that a D? That's a D, right? Not much to think.
Deadwing and the fucking shit.
That's an
I-
easy D. That's like the worst boss they ever designed. Though.
I did it like at the end of kata when I came back from my break, and fucking hell, man. I
One sec. I'm
even
actually
doing
no,
it the
man.
First time it was
Man, I'm
fucking
gonna create one more.
Why?
Because there's no way Deathwing
you
is
might-
over here and
you-
these ones are over here.
You might as well fucking add one for every boss then.
No. I just feel, for example, Alakir is in the D. Ragnaros and Alakir are not in the same. Whereas there's no way Deathwing is only one step below the Firelines, for example. So I think this is a fair way. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, let's move on. So, what we were talking about the Deathwing? Sorry for interrupting you.
Hmm?
What were you saying before I interrupted you?
I don't remember.
It was about the madness of Deathwing, right?
Yeah, fuck it. Okay. Just it wasn't enjoyable. Continue.
Yeah,
Will
it
of
was the worst
Emperor.
boss ever. Not enjoyable, easy.
Will
piece of
of
shit,
the
honest.
Emperor.
Maybe the last 20% was sort of okay, but that doesn't give him any. So that's an easy E for me. Okay, is this Lation?
No, that's Will of the Emperor.
Where is which one is this one? The third one.
Mushigan Volt.
The third one. Who is this?
What?
The third one.
That's Shah of Fear, Empress. No, that's the Heart of Fear, the Empress Shakri.
Emperor, yeah, Empress. I know it. Okay, I know which one. Wait, this is vanilla. Okay, this goes here. Okay, so this one. Which one is this? This is vanilla, but which one is this? Oh, Kel'Thuzad. That's a Kel'Thuzad. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see it, man. Okay, so we go Will of the Empress, Will of the Emperor. What? Like, you go first, then I'm gonna explain my reason.
Will of the Emperor.
Yeah,
I didn't enjoy that fight at all.
neither did I.
I had to do the sparks and they were buggy as fuck.
Like the one thing I remember about this boss is my PC died during the first few weeks of that expansion. So when I came back, they killed this boss, they brought me for the re-kill, and I struggled so much to learn the dancing. Like I struggled so much because I didn't have a single pull and I would die on every dance. And then in general the boss was just boring. Like phase 1 was annoying as
I
hell.
didn't like it. That's like D for me or something.
D.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I
it
think
had
it's a
some
D.
good ideas and shit, but all in all, it wasn't that enjoyable.
I agree with you, it's a D. It's not along the worst one because it's not that bad, but it's not enjoyable, so it goes together with Alakir. Okay, which one is this? Is this the Shah of Fear? The Terrace of the Endless Springs, is that him?
Yeah.
I'm not done. I've not killed it. Like I've attempted phase 1 and to an extent some of the phase 2, but I've not killed it. What should we do with that?
The thing was, it
was 25 minutes long.
It was way too fucking long. Then like, phase 1 was basically just dancing in a group, right? You had to dance around the thingies, kill the ad fast enough. And once you get to phase 2, once you get like the buff, and then phase 1 became easier and you could practice phase 2 more consistent, right? Which was kind of neat because you kind of had like a skip, like a boost in phase 1, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did the ball in phase 2, which was kind of enjoyable, but all in all, it was kind of shitty fight, really. Like,
I don't think
pretty
I don't think it's shit enough to go to E. I think.
no, but it's definitely D for me. Like, it was pretty. I don't know. I found it pretty fucking boring.
Yeah, I didn't like
So
it. Even though I didn't kill it, I didn't like what I was progressing.
It was so
It
fucking.
was way too long, way too unforgiving considering the length of it. Like if it was slightly easier but that long, okay. But it was way too hard and then it was also way too long, so you had to keep your concentration up for like 20 plus minutes until you got the hang of the whole fight and maybe speed it up like 20 minutes max, but even then it was still so fucking... Okay, Empress I killed, and I'm not sure honestly. Kinda like the overall feeling of that boss, like yeah, it was not a bad boss on it. Like the last phase where you had to make use of the Tremor Totem was playing a Shaman, so that was a plus of course. You also had the Ad phase, I believe. You had that phase 1 with some special mechanics, I think some special ore, but you had to put somewhere in the group. How the fuck did it actually work now?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember as well, but this one goes together with Firelines, I believe. Like, overall difficulty of the boss is maybe 8. Enjoyability was maybe... difficulty 7, enjoyability 8. But the only thing that brings this one down is when I was raiding this tier in general, I wasn't enjoying raiding because it was in an annoying... not annoying guild, but not a well-run guild, and it actually fell apart soon after. And plus my PC broke down a few weeks before that, so I was struggling. So, yeah, I guess C, right?
Lay shit.
Right? No, not too much.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's like one of the best bosses ever.
Fucking S tier, easy.
Yeah.
Let's go. I mean, I was tanking that shit, and I didn't enjoy tanking, but that boss was fucking amazing.
This boss was one of the best one. The enjoyability was 10 out of 10. Difficulty was 10 out of 10. And we also, that was the start of the Supreme Legion as well. So it was me, Zver, Dina, CK, and all the rest of them. So that was also the start of that.
And
so it was very enjoyable.
The best boss ever. Arguably, you came to the fucking shit show that was Rod Dead.
Okay, what about, like, actually, like, enjoyability of Raiden for me was actually good. Like, it was epic, mythic only, heroic only, whatever it was. But the difficulty of the boss was kind of skewed.
Man. Like, the biggest issue was that they didn't, it wasn't tested.
It wasn't tested, so you could cheese it.
Yeah, you bugged it that it stayed in the red phase.
Yeah. So...
go to the other one. So
but I still sort of enjoyed it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not really...
I don't know.
Is my fucking add-on loading? I don't get it.
Which one?
Azeroth Autopilot.
Okay, so let's talk. Difficulty of Raiden in comparison with the rest of the instance was 5 out of 10. It was actually broken very easy compared to the rest of them. I remember we killed the boss on the first week. It was limited attempts and we killed it with like 23 attempts remaining. So how much we took 25 to 30 attempts to kill. So in the first week it was very easy. The enjoyability for me was 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10. People I raided with during that time, sorry, no, the overall design of the boss was 1 out of 10 because it was broken. It was bugged, I mean, to cheese it. Well, I don't know, where do you think this one should go? Not E for sure, because I actually enjoyed the boss. Hey, Varo.
Oh, it's a D then.
The D, you say?
Yeah, well, I mean, it was fucking shite boss, man.
We're just doing the end boss ratings, Varo. Just having some fun over here. So you say D, play Warcraft 3. I'm gonna play it when it comes out, Varo. I actually pre-ordered it, I got the mount and whatnot. So I'm waiting for the remaster one. I'm gonna play it for sure, like seriously. Okay, so you said D. D is together with Alakir. I mean, it has to be D because this one was enjoyable, but it was cheesy and broken. Okay. Yeah, D is correct.
It's complaining more.
Garrosh.
Oh, I like Garrosh.
Garrosh, I think...
I actually like Garrosh.
Like, the one thing I didn't like about Garrosh, you know, was that everything was... how do I say it? Everything was predetermined. Like everything was set in stone how it's going to play out. Like everything was set in stone in that fight.
I liked it. It was like
I love the boss, but
like if you executed it right, it went down fucking easy.
Yeah.
That's how shit should be. I like shit like that.
like this was we killed this boss.
I like Garrus. Like
We killed it rank 126 world, so of course that brings up the rating quite a lot. Overall, the boss was enjoyable, but slightly weird on the difficulty scale because, as I said, everything was predetermined and you were able to learn it quickly. But I loved and I enjoyed raiding during this time so much. I think it's an A. What do you think?
yeah.
You meant the old one, Varo? Like I've done the old one so many times, I don't want to repeat it again. I also don't want to mess up my experience, Varo, when the new one comes out. I want to forget as many things as possible, and then I want to play the remastered one. Like I'm looking forward to the remastered cinematics the most, especially the one where Gromash and Troll, where they kill Manarot. That one in remaster HD will actually be insanely good. Okay, which one is this? Infi?
Well, the Grand Emperor Heimol.
Oh, Heimol. Oh, what do you think about that one? I'm curious.
Good fight, just a bit too fucking long.
Yeah, exactly. I enjoyed it, but it was a bit too long. Yeah. And it was actually a bit difficult. Like on the healing front, this boss was actually next level difficult.
It was. I like that it was like the same like abilities that they just changed like how it works. And then
I have actually
the
enjoyed
phase
it.
wasn't hard, but it was like a nice bonus level thingy, kinda. I don't know.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. The last phase was okay. Nothing too special. It was easier than the previous phase. But I enjoyed this boss. Like, even though we didn't kill it because of the roster issues, but I enjoyed progressing this boss until the next. So I think this one deserves to be in the B, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we seem to agree on a lot of them except.
Oh, well, maybe A. I don't know.
No.
I really liked it. I mean, I was also just in like a new guild at that point. The guild disbanded afterwards, but yeah.
I think the reason I'm putting this one to B is because we didn't kill it, and plus we had so many issues with people disconnecting with this boss that it kind of slowed down our progress. Plus killed, like it killed that extra rating where it would go to A. Oh hey Littany, you saw my raid rating. Whoa. Littany, it was based on my enjoyability, the people I raided with, so the guilds I was in, and overall design of the bosses. So I took everything into account, man. It wasn't only just the boss itself, it was everything I did. So that's how I rated them.
Continue. Black Hand, let's go.
I was replying to him in the chat. Black Hand, like if I could put this on, this is in my opinion the best boss in the game. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, it was a good boss. Really
Black Hand was 200 and something vibes. Every phase was the difficulty was just scaling up and up. It was actually the thing I love about Black Hand the most is
short.
Yeah, it was short. It was such a fast-paced fight where you didn't need to spend.
Like
The first kill was like 6 minutes. Every phase, like phase 1, 2 minutes, phase 2, 3 minutes, and phase 2 was about 1.5 minutes or something. That's because we've not done it yet. We haven't done it yet, Littany. That's why it was on the bottom. We only done heroic, and I was judging that based on heroic, and it's trash on heroic. So that's why it's on the bottom. I said I'm going to, when we finish the mythic progression, I'm going to re-rate that one. I'm gonna put it in the appropriate place. So you agree with this one being on S, right? Like no, nothing to really discuss there that much, I guess.
No.
What about Archimond now?
Archimond was a good fight as well. I liked Archimond.
I loved it as well. I enjoyed raiding. I enjoyed raiding for most part of the Warlords. So every boss from over there gets a good rating in my eyes.
The only good thing in Warlords as well.
But the rating in Warlords was actually the best rating ever. For me at least. Okay, so this boss was actually a bit long, I think. Wasn't this boss like 12-13 minutes, Infi?
Which one?
Archimond.
Yeah, it was.
Just check.
It's 10 minutes, I think.
I think it was actually longer. Where is the old rates? Thur is the Burning Throne. How do I check the old ratings? Because we still have the things from the old rates.
Not sure.
Reports. October 20th. I mean, I'll just check it out like this. Here's a 4 Grimoire. Okay, there we go. I can just find it like this because I'm really curious. Hellfire Citadel, June 26. So we killed this boss around the September time. We'll be looking at September. Okay, over here. Let's actually check it like one of the re-kills. Okay, check this one for example. 44 hours. Arkim. Oh no, 8 minutes 52. This was like one of the first few kills. So it was like 9 minutes. Okay. Okay. So it wasn't long. It was very enjoyable. Maybe the last phase was a little bit not as hard as it could be when you got to the point of it. No, the last phase was actually quite good. It was the third phase with the dogs and whatnot, which was a little bit weird, right? The phase with the dogs and with the ads was a little bit easier than it should have been, right?
That was second phase.
Yeah, second phase, and the third phase was the special phase, was actually a good one, right?
Yeah.
And where would you put this one? I'm thinking of A. What do you think?
Yeah.
Blackwing Lair? I'm not... Wait, what's going on? What's this dragon? Who is he?
Nefarian.
No, this one. This is Nefarian. Who is this one then?
Oh, that is Satrion from...
Oh, that's Obsidian Sanctum, man. Okay. I guess we are looking at this from 3 Drake difficulty. 3 Drakes.
Yeah, probably.
In which case, this one on 3 Drakes is actually very highly rated by me at least. I enjoyed it so much. What do you think?
I didn't raid and I was in a casual guild and I had to fill in as a healer.
Oh, you were
as a
Wrath of the Lich King baby.
And they what?
You were Wrath of the Lich King baby.
What do you mean?
I mean, you weren't trading, so you were Wrath of the Lich King baby in a way.
Dude, I raided Vanilla and Burning Crusade, you idiot.
Then you took a long break and you came back as a Vanilla.
No,
Wrath of the Lich King baby.
I didn't, like, I raided Naxxramas and then I quit.
Ah, okay.
Then I stopped raiding. Like, the guild is banned, so I didn't raid for a while, and I went social in another guild, and they needed help with 3 Drake Satrion, and I just showed up a night and healed it, and they killed it.
Quickly, by the way, I think I'm gonna move Shao-Fear to E, by the way. I can't have it over here.
Okay.
Okay, so so you didn't actually do it correctly, so you can't actually give me objective.
I did it one night, I mean...
What do you think?
Didn't the Warlock tank the boss?
Maybe you would. I think you had the option of maybe the Warlock tank, yeah. But I really enjoyed this boss.
The pet tank the boss.
Yeah, maybe, but the overall enjoyability of the boss for me was 10 out of 10 on this one. Like, we were actually going for the realm first.
I don't remember. Like, I just dodged fucking lava waves and healed the Warlock pet, and that's all I did.
Okay, so it's based on me then, because you don't remember shit. I'm gonna put this one to B, because I really enjoyed it. And checking this shit now, I'm actually thinking of moving Sinestra to C. Yeah. Okay. I had to refix it a bit. Okay, Xavius. That's what you were talking about before we started. Where would you put Xavius? I know where.
S, by far.
I mean, if by S you mean the opposite of S, sure.
It's the best boss ever made.
Xavius is like literally one of the worst bosses in the game, man. It's shite. Like, it goes easily to E. Did not do as a current content. And it's pretty much vanilla content, sadly. So I can't really rate them if I didn't do them. Infi, the guy who's with me on the Discord, he actually did them, but he's helping me with the rest of them. This one doesn't count.
I mean, at this point, they're fucking doing things that are like 14, 15 years ago, like...
Yeah, of course, we can't remember all of them, but... It's the end bosses. The end bosses you generally remember. Like, I don't remember like every boss from Black Temple, but I do remember Illidan. Quite a bit.
What was the end boss in Uldir?
Uldir? Yahun?
Oh.
Okay.
That's how fast I could get.
Yeah. Good try. Okay, who is this? Is this Helia? No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Helia was great.
great in the times it was actually one of the most punching bosses ever and it was frustrating as hell.
I mean, it was tuned to the fucking core.
It was tuned that if you did one mistake, you were dead.
Yeah.
Just put Zavis on the did not do as a killer in contents. Is that the very bottom? Oh yeah, I mean I could. That's how bad he was, but.
I
what-
left you guys for Helia.
Sorry?
I left for Helia.
You left for
I
Hell?
didn't raid anymore with you there.
Yeah, but you raided with the new guild, right?
Yeah.
So what did you think of Helia?
I liked it.
Why?
Just liked it.
So where would you put it?
I don't get how you put Ragnaros at C though, like, fuck off.
Because it was, for our group it was way too difficult and I really didn't enjoy wiping 750 times, but in the overall design the boss was designed good. It was just the balancing and the fact we were actually spending so much time on that boss, I kinda lost enjoyability. So that's why. Like, if I don't include 750 wipes, he probably would go to easily to B, maybe A, but the fact that he was so overtuned makes him go to C. So where would you put Helia then? Okay, let's put it this way. For me, it's not S or A for sure. So S and A are out of the question for me. So what do you think?
I mean, it's kind of the same level as Imperator for me.
Same level as Imperator for you. So that means Obsidian, Sanctum, Imperator, Chogale. No, I don't think so. Not for me, man. I think for me it's gonna be C. That's very close to what you said, but for me it's one step beneath.
That's because you're a shitter.
I mean, we were not as good as your guild, so maybe that's one of the reasons, but we spent a lot of time wiping. We couldn't kill her before Nightfall, and the fact is that everyone was screwing up on this boss because of one mistake. It actually made it quite frustrating.
I think I did Chosen before Nightfall, I'm not sure.
Did you?
I'm not sure. Wait, when did Nightfall come out?
Nightfall came out at the end of January 2017.
The Chosen. When did it came out?
End of January 2017. Yeah, 2017. I think it was.
I got the Chosen the 30th of January.
2017.
What? Yeah. And I killed Helia.
Who's the guy in the
No.
call? He's good in the game. He's called Infi in the guild. He's raiding with us at the moment. He's a friend of mine in Littany. He's in the guild right now. He's good, yes. When did you say you killed it? On the 30th of January?
12th.
12th. So yeah, that was before the Nightfall came out.
2 weeks I got Chosen. The fuck?
Hell, I wrote all of this MO. I don't know why did I do that one. Just wanted. Okay, so moving on. If we could talk about Sinestra for a while. I mean, hell yeah. Gul'dan. I think for me Gul'dan is S. What about you? It's either S or A. Let's put it that way. It's either S or A. But Gul'dan was one of the most enjoyable bosses for me because it went, like, it just scaled up nicely. It went from easier to harder. Had a special phase at the end, which was a bit easier than some of the rest of them, but that's a special phase, so it doesn't matter. Like, the boss, you were able to do it in a few different ways as well as you went. You didn't need to follow one way.
Really?
Like, you had the mage tank as well. Well, sort of the mage tank. Also was quite challenging on the numbers. Well, like, where would you put it?
A or B.
What? A or B? I can understand A, okay. But B? No way, man. I enjoyed Gul'dan so much.
I don't.
Ezyquake, I mean, Varo says B at the best. You say B or C. For me, it was between S or A.
I say A or B. So.
Yeah, you said A or B, sorry. For me, it was between S or A. Varo says B at the best. So I'm gonna take everything into account and I'm gonna put this up to A. Okay, that's fine. I was either between A or S. So maybe it's not enough for the S, but for me, it's at least an A. I just enjoyed the boss a lot as a shaman back then. And overall, that was Supreme Legion still, I think we were in, yeah. And that was after the reform when people left the guild. But it made it much more enjoyable than it maybe should have been, because we were competing against them in that other guild, and we managed to kill them, and we managed to kill Gul'dan before them, even though they said they're going to like.
Did they already leave in Nighthold? I thought
they did. They left after we killed the Crosus. And they said they are going to the other guild and they will be like trying to kill. They said they're going for like top 250, 200 guild, and they formed the guild, and then we killed the boss like sometime before them, I believe, and it was so happy moment.
And then they disbanded.
They disbanded a few months after that. You remember the re-kill without Durbem saying a single word? Yeah, that was the best re-kill ever, man. I wasn't able to speak, so they went and they killed without me. And then I came back to raid lead in the third raid, and for some weird fucking reason, we actually took a whole night to kill the boss.
Well,
felt bad, man.
Because you talk so much useless shit.
Maybe. Dina told me a few days ago that she misses me. So there you go, fuck off in.
That she what?
Misses my voice on that. On raid leading.
I mean...
Oh, what you mean? What?
Hustif has a pretty shitty voice.
Fuck off. You don't like anyone's voice apart from your own, man.
That's not true, I hate my own voice.
Okay, so you don't like anyone's voice then?
I like some voices, but Hustif is so hard to understand, man.
I find it pretty easy to understand.
Where the fuck is he from anyway?
If he's from France? I think he's from...
Really?
Okay, let's move on anyway. Enough talking about Husty being from France. TOS next time. Oh wait, Littany says he's from Portugal. But what? Isn't he in France? Ah, he's from Portugal but lives in France. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Oh cool, I can speak French with him.
As you know French. Do you actually know French? Infi, do you actually know French?
C'est la deuxième langue de Belgium.
What does that mean?
It's the second language in Belgium, you idiot.
Ah, you actually speak it, nice. Yeah, you can talk with
I'm
Husty
really
in French.
shit at it, but I mean, you can teach me.
Yeah, as if he's going
I really
to teach you
wish
how
I
to
was
speak
good at
French.
that, but I can't.
Oh, okay. Let's move on. If we got the TOS, what do you think about Kill Jaden in TOS? Infi?
What?
What do you think about the TOS Kill Jaden?
I didn't progress that one.
Littany says easily yes. I didn't progress it from the start, Littany. I joined Omnicide when you guys were already killing it, so I missed the first kill. But
How you
overall...
I mean, the boss was buggy beyond belief.
Put Kill Jaden on B. On B or A, you say? Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, between A or B. Infi didn't progress it, so he can't actually give me a good advice. I didn't progress it as well, I only re-killed it. Littany says easy S. Like, when I was redoing him, I kind of enjoyed him. Let's put it that way. It was quite enjoyable. Littany used to raid with us for some years, but he's raiding in a different guild right now.
Which one?
Which one he's raiding in right now?
Yeah.
I don't remember the name. It's a good guild though. He can tell you which guild you are in at the moment, Littany. I don't remember the name. He's in loot for the win. I mean, I didn't like the design. You mean all the soakings and whatnot? Yeah, that was... Yeah, I didn't like that as well, like not at all. Soaking needed was not cool. I like the healing part in the last phase though, where you had to heal those special odds in the mythic. That was a cool design they did. The special phase as well was a good one. Was a good fight. The soaking flame and the ball cutting was made. Could have done better. Yeah, they could have done. That's why I don't agree with Littany. It's an S. For me, it's not an S. But maybe if I was progressing it, maybe for me it would have been an S. But I can't really put it when I've not done that many pulls. Okay, let's put it this way. Is this one as good as these four? Definitely. So it's definitely as good as the bosses in B. And is it as good as these ones? I guess it is. I guess it is. So let's put this one to A. Okay, you've done Argus though, Infi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you think about Argus then?
I mean, I had to run around.
What do you mean?
Demon Hunter.
Avatar, I would put Avatar on D or on C, by the way, Littany. I don't like Avatar at all. What do you say if you have to run around?
Yeah.
But what do you think about the boss overall? Like, bad one? Or?
I only did half the boss.
I actually love the Argus. Argus was a really cool boss in my. Argus is A. Yeah, I'm feeling towards. Here's the thing, there's no way I can put Argus and Kill Jaden on the same ones. So if I put Argus over here, that means Kill Jaden goes down a bit. Yeah, like maybe Littany, but you've done them, you progressed on both of them, so I can understand how we put this one as an S. But I've not done Kill Jaden as a progress. I've only done a re-kill with some of the pulls. So I can't really have it on the same one. I'm gonna have Argus on the rank A, and I'm gonna have Kill Jaden on the rank B. Avatar C was dumb, maybe like an A as well for some reason. I forgot the phase where we jump down. I don't know, like I think the reason I don't like Avatar that much, guys, is because that's where our guild fell apart. So that boss is always gonna have a bad memory in my head. Always gonna be like a bad place in my past. It's never gonna go above maybe C at the best. Maybe if I was doing that boss and our guild was not falling apart and it was enjoyable, but we had a lot of issues on that boss. Then I came to Omniscient and I re-killed it easily. Like I just never got anything special out of that boss. Okay, here's the boss you like, Infi. Gahun. Let's go. What do you think?
I didn't progress Gahun.
What the fuck? So, we are talking over here, you haven't progressed like 10 bosses already, man.
Hey, what can I say? I was in a competitive guild and we had only one Demon Hunter we took, and we took the most geared one.
Varo says C, Littany says D, I'm between that as well. So, I didn't like Gahun much. Very annoying boss. Plus it was, I mean, I don't find it difficult. I just didn't like the design that much. Too much random stuff as well in this boss, especially in the second phase. Since you have Hellion C, which is Pepega, put Gahun on D. Yeah, I was feeling Gahun on D. It's not bad enough to be E, but it's enough bad to be. Especially as a Resto Shaman. Honestly, I hated this one as a Resto Shaman. And it was still during the time when Wellspring was the preferred way to play a Shaman. It was actually so hard to get good usage out of any spell as a Resto Shaman, like Healing Rain, Wellspring, Chain Heal, because everyone was spread all the fucking time. The only enjoyable thing for me on Gahun was phase 1, because I was doing the freaking orb. So that was sort of engaging, and me and Hasif had to click it on the same time, so at least something. You didn't progress it just by watching. Yeah, I know. I remember you watching my streams. Okay, Infi, let's go. Which one is this, by the way, Infi? This dragon over here, what's this?
That's Unat, you idiot. It's from Crucible of Stone.
I'm not done him yet, so this one goes to over here. Yeah, okay, so he goes to didn't do. did not do all the securing content of. Okay, Jaina. Oh my god, Jaina. Like, when we were starting Jaina in the first 50 pools 100, I said this is one of the best boss ever. And by the end of the progress, I was like, this is not great. This is not cool anymore. What do you think, Infi? You progressed it.
No, I didn't.
You did, but
well,
you...
I did it a bit, but I didn't kill it, and then the guild fell apart, and that was after I got kicked from the other guild, so... I don't
Jaina
enjoy
is
PFA at the moment.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so you say Jaina is also an A. But that's because you killed it in 200 or something pulls, Littany. If I killed it in 200 and something, I think it would have been like A easily for me. But because we took 550 pulls to kill it, it was so frustrating by the like last 200 pulls, it was actually just dragging along so slowly. It was getting frustrating, annoying. So, like the overall design of the boss was not bad. Like I love the phase 1 in that fight because it's always different. Like that's the thing I like about the phase 1. It's not written already. Like the abilities were able to come at random intervals, which always made it sort of new. Phase 2 was sort of okay. It was actually okay. Phase 2 was okay. Phase 3 was pretty intensive and challenging. So like in the terms of actual design of the boss, I would put it like 9 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10. In the terms of difficulty, it's 10 out of 10. In the terms of overall enjoyability, it's like 5 out of 10. So 8 plus 10 is 18, plus 5 is 23, divided by 3, that's like 7 point something. Let's say 7 out of 10, which is above average. So that would mean Jaina for me goes to... I think it goes to B for me. Along with TOS, Obsidian, Imperator, Shogal, and Ruby Dragon. You got actually banned because of the bot exploit. What? What did you say, Infi?
I'm gonna go AFK.
How long?
Until tomorrow.
Can't you stay for another 20 minutes?
No.
Come on.
Nope.
Soon done.
I am done now.
Okay. You're ditching me again. Okay. Catch you tomorrow, Infi.
See ya.
Yeah. He's ditching me, guys. I'm alone now. Okay, so we don't have Infi anymore to comment. So we are left with the 3 of us, or what? 9 of us, but 3 of us commenting. Okay, let's actually do the easy ones first, because I wanna have the harder ones for the end. I didn't do Kill Jerry in the Sunwell Plateau. I've only done the first boss in the Sunwell Plateau in the Burning Crusade, so he goes there. No, there's no bots in there. But the bots don't count, Var, by the way. They don't count as a viewer. Wrath of the Lich King, Kel'Thuzad. That's an easy A for me. That's like the easiest boss ever. It was like a 1 pool boss, maybe 2 or 3 pools. Not enjoyable, way too undertuned. I kind of enjoyed the people I raided with back then, but just the overall design, overall difficulty of the bosses was so brokenly bad. This one doesn't deserve to be anywhere but an E. Is there any other one which I can do as an easy one? Onyxia. Okay, Onyxia from Wrath of the Lich King. I guess it goes to D. It was meh. It was not a horribly bad boss. It was just a meh. It was just a reason. It was a boss which we have seen in the past. It was pretty easy. Some easy loot to get. Still had the same mechanics, so I guess you still had the flame one, which people complain about in the past. And not much to think about Onyxia, honestly. Okay, so what do we have left? We have... which one is this? Oh, Prince Malchezaar. Okay. So Karasson was actually my first raid ever. For some reason I kind of enjoyed Prince Malchezaar. Even though like the boss itself is pretty straightforward. Like when you look at Prince Malchezaar today, like every phase has like 2 mechanics. Like it would be so easily. put Illidan on S real quick. Yeah, Illidan is easiest for me, so I don't really need to think about it that much. It was one of my most favorite bosses up until Blackhand for sure. Then Blackhand came and then the Blackhand just took the top spot. Listen, I need to do something. I need to actually put one above S, and that one needs to be reserved for my best ever boss. Because I just don't think I can have Blackhand in the same one. Blackhand was for me the best one. I'm gonna put a new one, where I'm going to include Blackhand. And okay, it's gonna look like this. The best one, S, A, B, C, D, E. There we go. Okay, I mean, I don't think I need to talk too much about Illidan really. Just an epic boss all over the place in my opinion. Had so much to do. For tanks, for healers, for warlock tanks, for the DPS. Nah, not much to think about it. Where to next? Okay, Prince Malchezaar, I actually started talking about him. I kind of enjoyed the boss honestly. Even though in today's difficulties, 2 mechanics per phase is not that much at all. You actually didn't do any of that. Oh, I guess you didn't raid during Burning Crusade, okay. Legion Frog. You are a Legion baby, okay. Okay, so all of the next ones are pretty much me and Varo apparently. Okay, Prince Malchezaar for me goes to C or B. I think it's gonna go to C. Just was fairly straightforward. It was enjoyable, but it wasn't that hard. Maybe it should go to B because I really enjoyed raiding that. It was the beginning of my raiding adventure. I really loved it. Maybe B, but I think C is a fair spot. I was playing my Gnome Rogue and didn't know how to put spells on my... Man, I used to have in Burning Crusade, I used to have a... First of all, I used to have auto attack on my action bar and I kept using it. Auto attack was on number 1 as a warrior and I kept spamming it. And I also used to use the shoot command all the time as a warrior to pull the mobs as well and to attack them from distance. When I was playing Burning Crusade, I thought ninja was referred to rogue with... Oh yeah, I didn't know about that as well on the start, Littany. Like you just start, how the hell are you supposed to know ninja is the guy who actually steals the loot, man? Okay, Gruul. Man, if this was a Hiking Malgar, it would go quite highly, but Gruul overall was was not enjoyable at all. I think Gruul was maybe a C. It was okay. Maybe even D. I think I'm gonna put Gruul to D, honestly. It was just nothing special. Hiking Malgar would be like a B, because Hiking Malgar was really enjoyable. Had so much to do, whereas Gruul was pretty much spread. Make sure you are spread. DPS the boss and move in from the cabin. Like every so often, you don't stay in the bad things and stay spread, and that was all there is on this boss. So Gruul goes on the D. Have the CD cases and an all-time card in an item. Oh, I can show you what I have. 1 second, Varo. I'm gonna show you. 1 second. Back in a moment. This is the first thing I had when I bought the game back. You see this battle chest contained the original one and the Burning Crusade. I have so much shit inside of this, man. I have the whole book, by the way. Look, I have the whole book. Ah, you have the same one, yeah. Yeah, I still have it. I have all the expansions until Until Mist of Pandaria, and that's where I had both books. Let me see. Maybe I have the second one here. Yeah, I have the same one. Look, there's the second book as well, the Burning Crusade. Over here. Even bought Wrath of the Lich King and Cataclysm things. I did buy Wrath of the Lich King and Cataclysm, the standard editions, but I think with the Warlords of Draenor I actually started buying the digital versions. Oh really? just for the collection, man. It looks pretty nice. Like, from time to time I browse through the Amazon and all of those websites just to see if someone is selling the collector's version like very cheaply. Just to see if I can get a good deal, but everyone is selling it for like so much, man. 300, 400 euros. No way, that's too expensive. Okay, moving on to the second boss, to Macteridon. I was actually talking about Macteridon when I was doing the raid review, and I had Macteridon layer actually quite highly rated because it was my first 25-man boss, which I've done, I think. And the boss overall was okay. Had some fun mechanics. Phase 1, you had to deal with like 8 odds. Had to interrupt them on time, else you would have gotten feared. Then phase 2, you had to deal with the boss. And the fact it was such a small room, 25 players in a small room with a huge boss, made it feel so epic. Inside a prison cell, you would feel as you are closed in and you're actually imprisoned with him, and it's either you or him. But made the boss feel quite epic. So I think because of that, and the fact it was my first 25-man boss, I think I'm gonna put it on C. That leaves Lady Wash. Like, everyone says Lady Wash is one of the best ones ever, but I have not actually progressed her properly, guys. I haven't really done her properly. I've done some parts of her, but I never really killed her like when it was actually very current. Kill her later on. But I did enjoy what I've seen from the boss. Like dropping the special, throwing the special items between the players which you found on the outer skirts of the dungeon. Then you actually had to drop it inside the special, whatever that was. So you can unlock the boss and go back to phase 3 while dealing with all the huge odds, while kiting them, not getting feared. Then the phase 3 race against the clock before the boss kills you as well, while dealing with mechanics. Boss overall was quite epic, and as well it was a boss. It was a character which I used to remember from the old Warcraft, and I liked it. I think B is a fair spot for her. Almost the same goes for Tempest Keep, but I've barely done this one at all, even on the re-kill. So I progressed it, but I've never killed it until very, very late into the expansion. So I don't think I can put this one on the same one as this one, because I didn't enjoy it as much. It was a bit too long for my liking. I think Tempest Keep boss goes to Kel'Thas, goes to C. Kinda doing some of these a bit faster now because I don't actually have a recollection of them as clear as I do on some of the other bosses. Like, I don't really remember those two bosses that much. Same goes for the Hydra Summit to kill Jaden. Like, I remember being there, I remember having to use my Berserker Rage not to be feared. I remember being in the group with all the shamans as well. For the heroism. Okay, Hydra KJ. Where do you go, my friend? Where do you go? It was fairly difficult, boss. The arena was huge, the boss was huge, so it made it feel quite enjoyable. I really enjoyed raiding with the guild as well back then. I think it's enough for a C though. It was not that amazingly designed when you look at from today's standards as well. Like, it was pretty much spread, have the shaman in every group for the tremor totem and for the heroism. And after that you don't really have that many mechanics to deal with. You also had the one where you go all the way into the air and then you had to be levitate or something, but because I wasn't a priest, for me it didn't really mean anything. I was actually a warrior, so when I was thrown in the air I was actually able to charge back down. Just choose the mechanic like that. So that made it quite enjoyable. Okay, Malygos. I despise Malygos. For me that's one of the worst bosses ever. Like, first phase and the second phase were so easy, and then the last phase was such a piece of shit. Like the flying one was just as bad as the one on Alakir in the last phase. Even though Alakir was maybe slightly better. But the fact is, on this boss you actually had to stay together all the time. On top of the dragons, where you actually didn't know on what height everyone is standing on. Well, It was actually very hard to judge where people were on this boss. So this one I don't like it at all. This one is easily an E for me. This is the... What's the name of this boss, guys? It's the last one in Ulduar. It's an old god. What's the name of him? The who? No. I can't remember the name of that boss now. Oh, no. Oh, Yogg-Saron. Okay, so this is Yogg-Saron. I've actually progressed this one from the beginning to the end, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. I don't think I enjoyed it that much to be an S, but it's definitely an A boss for me. It was definitely an A boss. Had 3 phases, all of them unique in their own way, especially the second phase where you would get thrown to the random portal room and you had to deal with the odds over there, and then you had to break the heart in a certain amount of time else you are dead. And then the phase 3, all the odds coming like every few seconds. You had to kill the boss before you got overwhelmed by like 20,000 odds. Phase 1 was a bit more simple, but the collecting of the odds was actually quite difficult for the tanks back then. Even though like collecting like odds every 10 seconds these days would be such an easy piece of cake, but because of the thread generation back then, doing simple things such as picking up odds every so often was actually next level. So this one is actually, I quite liked Yogg-Saron. Which leaves me with Algolon and with the Grand Crusader boss. I know nobody likes Grand Crusader, Trial of the Grand Crusader, but Anub'arak was one of my favorite bosses of the last decade or so for sure. I mean ever since I started playing. So I think this one actually deserves to be on the S for me. Like, I just love Anub'arak. I'm not sure why. Just love the boss. I still like to, from time to time, I still like to watch his kill videos from our guild way back then, just to remind myself of people I played with and the bosses I've done. And that leaves me to Algolon. Algolon was one of the most beautifully looking bosses ever, in the terms of the room he was in, the space where you were fighting him, and just the overall design of the boss. The mechanically the boss was okay-ish. Difficulty wise it was a bit on the easier side. Still a very enjoyable boss for me and deserves to be on the A1 easily. So that's it. Okay, don't really want to take too long. I've already been doing this for like hour and 20 minutes. That should be enough. So let's see, guys. First of all, like these ones did not do as the current content. That's easy one. E1, let's see. Deathwing easily. Shafir, okay. Not so easy, but Shafir as well. Xavius easily. Wrath of the Lich King, Kel'Thuzad easily. Malygos easily. D1. Alakir easily. Will of the Emperor easily. Raden because it was broken and bugged. Uldir, Gehun was just not an enjoyable boss at all. Wrath of the Lich King Vanilla, Wrath of the Lich King Vanixia, just an average boss all over the place, and Gruul as well, just an average boss. Even Firelands, fine. Grand Empress, fine. Sinestra, yeah, this seems fine as well. So maybe Kel'Thas. I think I'm gonna move Kel'Thas up here. Okay, then the B one, like really above average. Ruby Dragon, fine. Cho'Gall, Imperator Margok. Yeah, this looks fine as well. A1 looks fine. Like, I'm still thinking, but maybe for me Gul'dan was actually such a good boss. I think I'm gonna move Gul'dan to S, guys. I cannot have Gul'dan on the same rank, for example, as Yogg-Saron or Algolon. No way, Gul'dan for me was one of the more enjoyable bosses in the history of the game. So for that reason it's gonna go over here. And the best one for me was this one. Okay, there we go. That's it. I've done it. I've done it, guys. So we got the ratings done. Now we can publish them as well. I'm gonna link them later on to my Discord and to my Twitter. Just to see if anyone has anything to say on that. least Infi agreed with me on most parts. I know we disagreed on the Kill Jaden and on the Argus Litany, but I just couldn't put Kill Jaden anywhere higher than B because I didn't really progress it. And Argus, I think the A is actually quite good for Argus in my opinion. I don't think I can put it on the same line as Gul'dan or Illidan or Lich King or the Leishan, no way. It's gonna stay over there. So there we go. That's the raid.